News review in a week. Indian investor says Ethiopia's reform momentum signals bright investment future. Germany's deputy ambassador in Ethiopia commended Ethiopia's inspirational Green Legacy initiative.
Indian investor says Ethiopia's reform momentum signals bright investment future. Ethiopia's ongoing economic reform and growing global engagement are creating a favorable environment for investment and signaling a bright economic future, Indian investor Rajiv Sharma said. According to him, the enhanced relationship creates opportunity for Ethiopia to benefit from India's.
As you very well know that since 2018, Ethiopia has started homegrown economic reform under which many new policies came and which opened very many sectors which were previously restricted. So it is a big opportunity for the foreign investors now. It is a big opportunity for the foreign investors now. They can invest in those sectors which were not open for them before, like retail sector. We are just seeing now the foreign investment is coming. Even in export, foreign investors are investing now. So this has really opened the investment climate for many foreign investors which were blocked. Ethiopian leadership is very vigilant now. If we have seen recently the way the Ethiopian leadership has communicated with the global powers, like we have seen the visits of the premiers of the world powers, even including the Prime Minister Modi, which happened after 14 years. The existing investors can play a big role because they understand the country, they understand the culture, and they understand the international scenario also. They can really vouch for Ethiopia, and they can tell the international investors what care they should take when they invest in Ethiopia, so that investment becomes successful. The gap in the parallel market and the real market was very big before this foreign exchange reforms, but this has made the gap very close now. And also for the genuine players, who could not use the black market or the parallel market, for them it has given the level playing field now, because we can import on the same manner as somebody else can. So it is giving the competitiveness for the genuine players and genuine business companies. So it is really helping us out in this manner.
German Deputy Ambassador lauds Ethiopia's Green Legacy initiative and macroeconomic reform. Germany's Deputy Ambassador in Ethiopia, Ferdinand von Wey, has commended Ethiopia's inspirational Green Legacy initiative, noting its global significance to reduce carbon emission. According
to Green Legacy, because I have planted with my own hands many hundreds of trees myself, so I know a little bit about it. And they're headed by the government to really make a change from reduction of forest coverage to more forest coverage, which is so important, not only to preserve soil, to preserve microclimate, but also at a large scale to capture carbon emission around the world. So I think this is a very important initiative, and I do think that there is a lot of improvement also when it comes not only to the planting of the seedling, but also of the caretaking of the growing plants, of the growing trees, and up to the cutting of the timber, and thus using more timber for any kind of purposes, because it's the best way to capture for a long time carbon emissions.
It is important not only to preserve soil and microclimate, but also to capture carbon emission around the world.
A robust market, setting free the elements of the market, setting free all the also young entrepreneurs. It is very important to really make a step forward, and thus we very much applaud these economic reforms, macroeconomic reforms that have been undertaken, and we can only encourage to continue on this path.
African visitors praise Addis Ababa's rapid transformation. Visitors from Zambia and Eswatini have commended the sweeping transformation of Addis Ababa, noting that the city has undergone remarkable infrastructure development in recent years. Zambian Principal Solid Waste Management Officer at the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development, Brian Sayakabia, recalled that his first visit to Addis Ababa was in 2017 when he attended a workshop. And
What I observed then and now is it's a different city altogether. Because the last time I came, what I saw, there was a lot of construction going on, across the city. And now what I'm seeing, just a few kilometers out from where I am, is that most of the places I saw as construction sites now are fully complete building, nice structures, tall buildings. So there's a lot of development that has happened from the time I was here back in 2016. I think a lot of African countries, including my own, can learn from that, from what Ethiopia has done with what we're able to see when we come to Addis.
an environmental economist from Eswatini shared similar observations, highlighting notable improvements since his previous visit.
The last time I was here, there's a great improvement, especially in the area of waste management and the green infrastructure. In Africa, there's the initiative of the Great Green Wall initiative, whereby every country is supposed to plant a certain number of trees to try and address the issues of climate change and environmental degradation. I think Ethiopia is doing well in that particular area.
Effective research in potato productivity contributing to food sovereignty, says State Minister. State Minister of Agriculture Malise Mekonnen said effective works have been carried out to support the effort to ensure food sovereignty by enhancing potato productivity through research. A National Potato Research and Development Workshop, which brought together researchers, development partners, policymakers, and government officials, opened in Addis Ababa today.
አራት የተዘጋጀ የ10 ዓመት እቅድ አለ። በዛ 10 ዓመት እቅድ ውስጥ ሊሰሩ የታቀዱ ነገሮች አሉ። ድንች በዓለም ላይ በጣም ከተጠኑ ሰብሎች ሁለተኛው ነው። አንደኛው ቲማቲም ነው፣ ሁለተኛው ድንች ነው። በጣም ከተጠኑት ውስጥ ማለት ነው። ድንች የማይሆነው ነገር የለም። ስለዚህ ምርምራችን ወዴት ነው አቅጣጫው መሄድ ያለበት? ዲማንድ ድሪቨን መሆን ያለበት። ድንችን ቀቅለን ከመብላት በተጨማሪ ፕሮሰሲንግ ኤንድ ቫልዩ አዲሽን ተጠናክሮ መቀጠል አለበት።
Ethiopian Institute Agricultural Research Director General, Professor Negasi Dichasa said a lot of research has been done in the Ethiopian potato, releasing 45 varieties.
እስካሁን ምርታማነቱ ከ20 እና 30 ዓመት በፊት ከነበረው ምርታማነት በእጥፍ አድጓል። ወደ 120 ኩንታል በሄክታር የሚገኘው በአሁን በአማካይ ወደ 230 ሄክታር እየተገኘ ነው። ይሄ እንግዲህ የሆነው ምርምር ስለተሰራ ተቀናይተን ብዙ ስራ ስለሰራ ነው። ድንቻችን በገበያ ላይ ሳይሆን ሱፐርማርኬት ውስጥ ገብቶ ከሌሎች ሀገሮች ከሚመጡ ድንቾች ጋር ተወዳድሮ የተሻለ ውጤት የተሻለ ገቢ እንድናገኝ ስራ መስራት አለብን ብለን እኛም እየተንቀሳቀስን ነው።
Ireland's deputy head of mission, Fergal Ryan, for his part, said Ireland has rich experience in cultivating potato and other crops as well.
Potatoes as a cash crop offer the prospect of higher incomes and improved livelihoods for small-scale farmers and their families. This, of course, is contingent upon accessible and well-functioning value chains, including improved market access for rural communities. I trust the outcomes of this workshop will strengthen the capacity of government institutions, NGOs, researchers, private sector and individual farmers at national and subnational levels to support scaling up for the production and utilisation of potato and sweet potato for improved food and nutrition security.